We're here today with the fabulous Craig Faustus Buck. How are you, Craig?
I'm doing very well, Richard, and you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Really appreciate it a lot.
I'm a stark raving kind of guy.
Like we haven't known that for years. We'll start off today with the question of all questions. What is your favorite line from a novel?
You know, I gave this a lot of thought, and I realized I can only remember one line from a novel. So that's become my de facto favorite today. It's from The Phantom Toll Booth by Norton Juster, illustrated by Jules Pfeiffer. And the line is, "You can swim all day in the sea of knowledge and never get wet."
Very appropriate for a writer. So you've worked in television. You know, I can get my geek on and say, you know, you did V, you did part of V.
I worked on the miniseries of V,
I'm
the
just
original.
loving that. I'm loving that. What led you to do fiction, and not only what led you to do prose, but what led you to do crime fiction of all things?
Well, crime fiction is easy. I write what I enjoy reading. And I've always been into noir. I've always been into crime fiction. So that's why I've started writing prose. And writing novels is something that enables me to write for myself as opposed to television and movie writing, in which case you're writing for a committee.
Right. Right. Oh, I can totally see that. So you can have your own voice and really explore the issues that you want, and not
you have
people
control
Yeah.
over your own story, and that's what I love.
Oh, very good. There's been a trend in publishing lately where people have been taking on established characters. Ace Atkins is doing Spencer. There's a new Hercule Poirot novel coming out. There's different people doing James Bond. So, if, you know, the estate came to you and said, Craig, Faustus Buck, we want you to carry on.
Can I use someone who's still alive and still writing?
Sure.
Chelsea Kane.
Who?
Chelsea Kane.
Really?
Yeah, I would love to write Archie Sheridan and Gretchen.
And because you just like that dark aspect?
It's so dark, but so rich and so full. The characters are so complex.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Oh, that's great. So, given that you're going to be writing for us, can you tell us a little bit about what you're going to do for us?
Yeah, the first one I'm doing is called Psychologic, 2 words. And the main character is a disgraced LAPD detective. He's a guy who was working a serial killer murder, where this guy would take young women and torture them for days until they bled out. And he was the killer was a noted plastic surgeon to the stars.
Spoilers!
And no, this all happens in the first page. And the detective, somewhere between the crime scene and the crime lab, stopped home to pick up a sandwich. And in so doing, wrecked the chain of custody of the evidence. And so this killer walked. And so he's kind of like a Mark Furman kind of guy who now works as a parking valet and lives out of his car.
Wow.
And so that's the character, and he gets into a situation in this novella.
Oh, that's great. That sounds great. That sounds great. Well, we will definitely look forward to seeing that.
And it's a beautiful classic car, too.
Well, of course, if you're going to live in it. Craig, thank you so much for spending the time with us. Really do appreciate it, and we're really looking forward to seeing Psychologic.
Well, I'm really happy to be part of the Stark Raving family. I just think it's going to be fun.
Excellent. Thank you much.
Thank you.